Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Firebird here, and today I've got a game using the AK-47 dual mags on grid on demolition, and today's a
Ah,
special video.
why did you just do
Uh,
that? Why did you shoot the exploding barrel? Why? By the way, this is Drifter here.
uh that's Drift0r, and it's just an ongoing joke I've with the team I play with. We just whenever we see a barrel, just try and team kill. That one
But the
wasn't so
only person on your
successful.
team you killed was you.
Yeah, it wasn't so successful.
No, rather
Um,
unsuccessful, but I do approve of your choice of weapons here. You've got an AK-47, which is one of my favorite assault rifles, and you're rocking a Python. Unfortunately not with ACOG, but I can still see, I'm feeling speed reloader every now and then.
Yeah, speed reload is good, but ACOG's fun. It's more preferable choice.
I got a question here. Have you ever tried silencer on the AK-47? That's really my thing with the AK.
Yeah, I use silencer occasionally. I don't use it all the time because it's just a burden. Just if you want to get long range kills, but
Gotcha. Well,
yeah, it's good.
I really don't believe in being on the radar. I can't stand being on the radar, so I have a lot of my weapons silenced.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Cool, cool, cool. Are you actually playing domination here, or did you go into domination to play team deathmatch?
No, I went domination. I get a few flags and hold people off the flags
All right, cool. That's
like
good to
a
hear.
good team player.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not a good team player. Sometimes I go into domination and play team deathmatch, or demolition and play team deathmatch.
Yeah. Well, with demolition of my team, it's just we play competitively, and we usually go into demo. We just win the first game, just
Gotcha.
kill everybody for
If you
the.
play these kind of games here, for your first perk, you pretty much have to have lightweight or what's I'm thinking, a lightweight or flakjack. You're just going to get blown up trying to get those points. As soon as you get on a point, it's just a grenade fury.
Yeah, I'm using hardline in this just because I know this was ages ago. I only use flak jacket now, or lightweight, or scavenger because they're the most reliable first perks.
Don't use Ghost.
Nope.
Ah, too bad. I use Ghost, but I use Ghost with silencers. I like being sneaky. I hate being on the radar.
Tried the Ghost Ninja combination.
Not too often. I have a Ghost Ninja class, but I don't use it that much. I prefer Marathon. Yeah, I know I stamp around when I run, but I prefer to be really fast, even with Ghost. And I don't play with my sound very loud because it hurts my ears. So Ninja doesn't really help me very much. I pretty much can't sound whore.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, so we got some topics that we should talk about. Um, the issue with the videos being in wrong categories. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is I try not to be too judgmental about it because I don't know how old you are, but when you get bills to pay, lots of expensive bills, and say machinima is your main income, you'd be surprised the immoral things you would do in order to pay those bills and continue being able to eat or have electricity or feed your children or other things. But it is ultimately a bad thing to do. Machinima actually sent us an email telling all directors not to do this because it's a violation of the YouTube code of conduct, and YouTube's actually got some complaints about it, and they've been getting on Machinima about it. So it's going to end really soon. But I really don't care if people put their videos in pets and animals or boats or some of these other kind of thing, people in blogs, who cares? But they're putting videos in categories like education or news or other things like that, where the other video, you're shooting the snow. Why are you shooting the snow?
I have no idea.
Okay, you're tubing the trees now.
Yeah, I don't believe in noob tubes either. I think
Oh, okay,
they're just.
gotcha. You had me confused there. But yeah, the thing about it is those videos overshadow important news stories that need to be seen around the world in the top 10, or in education, or especially things education, nonprofits, and activism. They're crowding out very important videos, fundraising videos, videos where teachers share information, teaching kids how to do elementary math and that sort of stuff. And that prevents the spread of several important ideas, much more important than gaming for a long-term use. So I really don't like that at all. But entertainment categories I could really care less about because I feel the need to pay bills as well. So I understand them quite well.
Well, yeah, well, like with news, it's devastating how like if people don't find out about the stuff that's going on in Egypt and the stuff that's going on in Queensland. Would you like to talk about the stuff that's going on in Egypt? I personally don't know much about it. I'm pretty sure you know quite a lot.
Uh, you're talking to a person that gets most of his news from Reddit here. The stuff that's going on in Egypt. Egypt had a democracy, quote unquote, but it was put under emergency rule, which is equivalent to martial law, where the military runs everything, and it's been that way for 40 years. And I don't know what the catalyst was, but the Egyptian people rose up against the government, and they've been rioting and protesting for weeks. There's been some police actions against the people orchestrated by the supporters of the president, a little bit from the army. Generally, the army's just been standing by. A lot of people have been injured, a lot of people have died, but the president finally agreed just recently to step down. He transferred all control of the government to the military, which is probably a worse decision because I don't believe the military is going to be a fan of having a civilian president or maybe not even restoring democracy at all. What's a little bit scarier for my point of view as an American and the things that I have to deal with is Israel, because Israel is like Fortress America in the Middle East. They're like mini Team America over there. I'm not saying that they're good or the things that they do are good, but that's how they function. And Egypt got along with Israel pretty well after that war back in the 60s, or most of the peace talks happened in Egypt. But let's say Egypt gets overrun by, I believe their biggest political party is the Muslim Brotherhood or any sort of Islamofascist regime, or even it doesn't even have to be religious. It could just be a fascist regime, period, which it's likely to be. They're most likely going to be anti-U.S. So our diplomatic relations with Israel are going to go downhill, and we'll have less ties in the region. And if Israel doesn't like the new leadership in Egypt, they're likely to start a war with Egypt, which could potentially be a nuclear war. And if you don't know anything about the Middle East, everybody that's not Israel would totally love to destroy Israel for the most part. So a democratic revolution in Egypt, which is a good thing, could ultimately spawn World War III, which is a very, very bad thing, or maybe I just think too much.
Okay, that was a that was a lot to take in, but I seemingly understand like how bad it is, what's actually happening down there, and how it could spark the next world war or something.
Yeah, you don't know a lot of these things. I don't know what the odds are. I wouldn't say that World War III is terribly probable, but it is possible at this moment.
Well, yeah, of course.
But what about Queensland? What happened in Queensland? Or you would have a much better perspective than me since you're, kind of in Australia.
Yeah, well, in Queensland near New Year's, yeah, around New Year's, the massive whole Queensland flooded. Not all of it, the whole of North flooded. The
Mm-hmm.
banks. There was huge torrential rain and everything, and everything just went really chaotic. Cities had to be evacuated and everything.
Well, that's awful.
And yeah, and just recently, about 1, 2 weeks ago, there was a cyclone that just ripped through everywhere and just devastated the whole of
Uh,
Brisbane and stuff.
Cyclone translates to hurricane for American viewers. Running out of time here. I wish everybody in Queensland good luck with their disaster. We've had a few cyclones here in the U.S. and I'm praying for you guys. And if you guys like TheMrFirebird1 here, please subscribe to his channel. There should be a link in the in the description.
Uh, Thanks for having me on, and peace.